We've got some breaking news from PSA, why it's really a nothing burger, and why the other grading companies, major grading companies, are probably celebrating today. Let's talk about it. Stick around. Hello, sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. How are we? We've got a doubleheader today. Of course, when we have newsy type things, breaking news-ish type stuff, we have to report on it. That's how this thing goes. And we do have some news. And to be honest with you, I get it works me up a little bit when we have this like PSA news. It's the largest grader. So of course, there's got to be, got to talk about it. But man, when there's opportunities missed, there are opportunities missed. And to me personally, I feel like this is an opportunity missed for PSA, but I'll let you decide as well in the comments. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, the red button below, the notifications, all the bells and whistles down below help us to get exposure to the site, to the channel, and we are growing. So welcome aboard. Let's get started. All right, so a few days ago, maybe it was yesterday even, PSA made an announcement, maybe it was IG, maybe it was on the website, both, whatever, that they were not going to have a weekly submission this week where basically they have kind of a lottery type system where people can vie for the opportunity to get $50 submissions to PSA, which I think is kind of funny. But anyway, instead of doing that, they said, hey, look, we've got an announcement that's coming up, so we are not going to do that this week. We will keep you posted. Well, that announcement, predictably, pretty easy to figure out for the most part, was that you don't have to wait in the queue anymore. Now it's unlimited. It's unlimited $50 submissions. Now you can submit as many cards at $50 at declared value of $999. So keep that in mind. Not very high, frankly, for a $50 submission for Collectors Club members only. So you might be wondering like, well, what the heck is that? I don't know what to do. I'm new. What is that? So you go on the website. The silver membership is $99 for the year. And that gives you the opportunity to get you in the country club, the PSA country club, and you can then buy submissions through PSA. Great. So $99 a year, and then it's unlimited at $50. To me, this is a really big missed opportunity for PSA to do some sort of price reduction. And you might be thinking like, well, yeah, but they still have the backlog and this and that and whatever. And I understand that. But if you are going to come off of what you've been doing, you've got an announcement to make it exciting for people. Hey, PSA, if you need help in the marketing department, I'll do a little ditty for you. I'll do some consulting work, because if we had distorted faces, you guys need distorted faces all over this thing. You need videos all over it. Distorted face thumbnails missing from the PSA marketing plan. I digress. Anyway, so there was an opportunity here for a price decrease. And hell, this could have been $5. Could have been $50 down to $45. Would have made a big difference. It would have registered we got a price decrease. It's only $5, but it's a price decrease. It's giving something back here. I mean, hell, we have people that have been waiting 18 months. They might celebrate a 2-year anniversary on a submission. Why not bring the price down a shade? Why not? Also, I watched Neo's video earlier on this subject, and he had mentioned that out of the 3.6 million cards left on the backlog, which they are churning through that backlog, 3.6 million, 1.8 million, or about 50% of them, have already been graded, which was news. That's kind of interesting news. So really the bottleneck is they've been graded, and now they have to go to quality assurance, quality control, and then to get slabbed up, and then they get shipped out, etc. So that's where the bottleneck lies on about half of the backlog, is actually getting the cards into slabs, not even grading them. So that kind of opened my eyes too. That's like all hands on deck. Guys, get these cards into slabs. I don't even want you grading anymore. Get to slabbing.
To find a golden ticket, Daddy.
I know, Angel. We're doing the best.
But that's even more reason to not lower the price a little bit, maybe open it up a little bit more. And granted, look, I don't run a grading company, so I'm sure I'm just this idiot that's talking that doesn't know anything, fine. So really, you've got 1.8 million cards that have not been graded, and if you're PSA, you've been churning out 1 million cards a month. So it's coming to an end. This backlog thing is coming to an end. Why not bring in a little bit more of that new business and give back to the community with a little bit of a price decrease? Because the price decrease is coming. There's no doubt about it. But, you have a lot of the, these set collectors, the set registry people. They're not paying $50 to grade their singles. And I'm not saying you got to go back to that $10 submission thing, but I would hope that that's on the radar for people, for those long-time PSA customers that are big-time, diehard PSA people because of the set registry. I would hope that in 2022 there is a game plan in place to get that rolling, to get that set registry price point back. Maybe you take out of the 100 graders, you've got 15 or 20 of them that are just set registry people or whatever. I don't know. There's got to be a plan for that. But the days of the big backlog, it seems, based on the numbers that we're getting, are coming to an end. So I'm interested to see kind of how this thing goes, but I was really shocked that there was no reduction in price. And I think if you're SGC, if you're CSG, if you're BGS, this was a kind of like, here comes a big right hook and you just ducked right under it. You've got time. You've got more time to pick up market share. You've got more time to kind of build out your brand, because the longer that PSA keeps this price point at $50, I feel like they are really vulnerable. And I know people are going to say that PSA is number one. They'll always be number one and blah, blah, blah. But keep in mind that the vast majority of grading, and whether we're talking about PSA, we're talking about any of these companies, has happened in the last 2.5 years. PSA as a whole has never received more business in the history of their company than they did in the last 2.5 years. It might not stay that way. It might not stay that way moving forward. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So we look at these numbers and how many cards have been graded and this and that or whatever. But the thought that that is kind of a normal environment is not factual. It's not. PSA has graded a lot of cards over the last 2.5 years based on the fact that they have brand recognition and they've had some nice momentum and some things go their way from a marketing standpoint that they didn't even really ask for, that just kind of happened for them. And then the other companies, BGS, SGC, CSG wasn't really around. And they struggled, to keep up. They didn't have the infrastructure in place to be able to handle the inflow. PSA didn't either, but had more of an infrastructure at least. And now they're trying to play catch up. But it just so happened that PSA was the one that got 10 million cards and not SGC or BGS or whatever, because this could have happened any which way. And there's no telling in the future if it happens differently within these companies. I don't subscribe to the notion that one company can stay number one in the space forever without any sort of repercussions. I don't believe that. Even with the funding and even with this and that and whatever, all of these companies have to work to maintain and earn and keep that customer loyalty. So we will see what happens here. But I think if you're any of the other grading companies, you feel pretty good today. But we'll see. We will see what happens. I'm anticipating a price decrease from PSA in 30 to 45 days. I would be shocked if they're still sitting at $50 as their lowest price point in 30 to 45 days. But we'll see. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this news. Are you taking advantage? Are you throwing in $50 submissions? Are you just or are you just going to wait and see what happens? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stay healthy. Stay awesome. I will talk to you again later.